here. I'm live. The dog's barking and we're in the desert here. I'm back live on YouTube. Kim's with me here. We're going to be talking to you guys soon. Some things happened with the channel here and we were banned. This dog won't stop barking.
Might have to let him in.
Bear, you going to be a good boy? So we thought we'd come with you guys live tonight and chit chat. And this is more along the lines of a test. I mean, I'll answer questions if I see them pop up. Kim will answer them. I'm out of jail. I'm out of freaking reseller YouTube jail, Adam. It's pretty crazy. Because the channel was kind of built on like the live streams. Bear, what, dude? Really, Bear? You want to go inside? This dog. We're outside right now, right? It's the desert. A little chilly. What is it, like 61?
No, it's still like 70 something.
70, man, I'm freezing. But for the longest time, I got banned from live streams for like, it was almost like 8 months. And then I got a notification about a couple weeks ago and it said like, hey, you can go live and do some cool stuff again. I'm like, oh. So I wanted to test it tonight, and I don't know, scripted show here or anything like mumbo jumbo. We're talking and see if this works because I really enjoy talking to you guys live, and I actually just got done watching the Reseller Pulse, which I think is a great show. It's Chad and it's Ronnie Hart and Craigslist Hunter, and they had the Resell Killers on there, Steve and Steph. Again, I think that's a great show. I think it's one of the best live YouTube reseller shows that are out there. And I was having a blast doing that, and Chad's like, hey man, we gotta do a show, and I said, yeah, let me see if I can do my live thing, we'll figure that out. But so obviously it works. I can communicate with you guys. We're out of the freaking kitchen, Kim.
We are.
There's Kim. We're live, people.
Hello.
Can you look at the chat? Because
I am, yes, I'm chatting.
Oh, she's chatting, all right. So here's the thing. I went and got my eyes checked the other day. This is how you know you're old.
You need bifocals.
Yeah, I need bifocals. I'm blind as a bat. And the doctor's like, can you see this? Can you see that? And I'm like, no, I can't.
No.
I can't see that. What are you even showing me? And he just looked at me, and he's like, you need bifocals. I'm like, bifocals? I thought that happens when you're 60. No, I guess when you're 42, and you resell and drink Coors Light for a living.
Oh, is that what you do?
Well, I don't know. Well, I resell.
Oh, okay.
But like, I mean, I turned to him and I said, "Is this? Well, no. You know what I mean? Is this normal for a person to go blind?"
Apparently.
Yeah. So anyway, I threw a fit because we got this new little dog. I'm sure she's around here somewhere. I'll show you guys in a few when she pops in. But we got this new little dog, and thing's cute as a button, isn't it?
She is. She's a real pissant, as
Yeah.
my grandpa would say, but she's as cute as a button.
And then I woke up one day and I'm like, how did my eyeglasses just get in the living room? And I picked them up and all hell broke loose. I mean, it did.
She ate them.
Oh my gosh, I haven't been able to see for 3 weeks. And I am a cheapskate when it comes to this stuff. So I go and get, the eye test, which obviously I'm blind. But I said, hey, can we fix these old raggedy glasses? And they looked at me like I was nuts. And I said, no, I'm being serious. Is there a way we can fix these? I spent $850 on those Versace glasses back in the day.
I know you did.
And they just looked at me like, why don't you just buy a new pair? And I was like, well, why would I want to buy a new pair when these are perfectly good? And
You should have seen the lady's face. She was like, sir, I don't think these are salvageable.
And I was looking at the glasses. I mean, the dog had teeth marks in the lenses.
There were teeth marks in the lens.
Those little eyelet things that go over like, what are they? Not eyelet things. They're like nose resters.
The nose pads?
Nose pads.
One
was like this, dude.
No, those nose
I put them on my head. There she is. Grab her. And it poked me in the eye. And I'm like, dude, this is crazy. I said, but can we fix these? Like, I mean, there's got to be a way for $40, $50 to get these back on track. And they just looked at me. So I'm,
You want to be on camera?
Oh, here she comes. All right, little Bella dog.
Oh, she's camera shy.
Oh, look at her.
Here she
You're the
is.
one that ate the Versace glasses. Oh,
It was
there
me.
you are.
It was me. She's like, what are you doing?
Anyway, so here I am sitting at this eyeglass store. I mean, I must look deranged.
Oh, Bear's
And
a bear dog.
I'm like, can we fix these eyeglasses? She's looking at me, and everybody's looking at me in the place. And then I heard this chant, buy a new pair, buy a new pair. Well, then after, with these bifocals, again, guys, this is new to me, bifocals. They had this cheat sheet. Like, I've never seen anything like that.
You were freaking out.
And she had this cheat sheet she laid on the table, and it was like, your eyes are right here, but yours are over here. And it was like, I don't know how to describe it. You saw the cheat sheet.
Yeah.
I said, well, okay, how do I get HD vision? That's what it was. That's what it came down to.
You have to spend like $1,000.
It was $1,000. She's like, well, you can get this over here. This is like basic level, and here's moderate, and then here's if you want to really see.
Yeah.
I said, well, I really want to see, you know. Well, it's about $1,200. I'm like, $1,200.
That's crazy.
So I stormed out of there, right, Kim?
Yeah,
I stormed out of there. I'm
you
like,
were
dude, this is ridiculous.
You were not a happy camper.
I'm going to go to cheap freaking eyeglasses.com or something, or whatever it is. But I still haven't got my eyeglasses. Then, and I know this is kind of off subject here. We're just excited we're live. So there's so much to talk about. But then when I said, well, if I do pay for the $1,200 for the glasses, when can I get them? She told me a month. I said, I ain't waiting a month for $1,200. I said, I mean, I understand if you're going to go buy a Ferrari, and you're at the Ferrari or the Porsche dealership, right? And you're looking around and you're like, okay, I like that car, but I want the green. Okay, sir, no problem. Custom job. We'll get it out to you in about 3 or 4 weeks, or we'll deliver it to you. But a pair of eyeglasses, I gotta wait 3 weeks to a month for eyeglasses? I said, I ain't waiting for this.
No.
It's like that freaking meme. Ain't nobody got time for that. Right?
Yeah.
So I stormed out there.
Somebody asked about, did we find the dog in a storage locker?
Mm-hmm.
We kind of did, actually.
Yeah. You guys want to hear the story? Leave somebody, because we're just rambling here tonight. We'll answer questions. We're just having fun because I'm excited we're live again. I mean, this is almost like a monumental victory.
Yeah.
You know, because YouTube said, I got the thing and it said, you are banned from live. And I'm like, damn.
I know.
You know?
It was bad.
I like coming every week and doing like a live thing and,
No,
you
you were
sporadically.
sad.
I was sad. I tried to go on Facebook, do Facebook Live.
That didn't work.
Yeah, nobody wanted to watch me. But you guys on YouTube watch.
No, we did kind of find the dog in a storage unit though. See here, she likes to snuggle. She's so sweet. But we were cleaning up, and the guy lived on site, like the runner of the place.
He's got it made up, doesn't he?
So he lived on site, and he's like, "Hey, do you want a dog?" And I'm like, "No, I don't want to. No, we've got a dog and whatever." And he's like, "Well, we're getting rid of this dog, and like, either someone needs to take it like now, or like we're gonna give it to the shelter, or get rid of it, or something." And I'm like, well, let me see the dog. Because I'm a sucker. I can't help it. So I went over and the dog like jumped right up on me and started kissing my face. And I was like, oh. So then Mike's cleaning out the unit. And so
yeah, I'm sitting there sweating like a pig.
I know. And so I'm like, Mike, you got to come over here for a second and come check out this dog. They're just giving it away. And he's like, what do you mean they're just giving it away?
Yeah,
so I told him,
who gives a dog away?
And so I told him the story. And I'm like, well, come here, just hold it. Because, see, I know Mike. He's a softie. Yeah. All he had to do was hold it. The dog
she kept bugging me about it, and then we got everything packed up in that locker, and I said, let's go check out that dog. Because, it's a little Yorkie. Maddie wanted a Yorkie. You wanted a little small dog.
I know. Bear needed a friend, although he treats her a little bit like a chew toy.
Oh, it's crazy.
But then she's not very scared of him, though. I mean, she'll jump right on his back and just, like, go for it.
But then we brought it home, and then I was like, oh, that's why they don't want anymore. The thing's a terror. I mean,
get it.
It is. Oh, wouldn't be surprised the lights go out now. She's eating a cricket.
Get it. Yeah.
She's cute and fun, but she is wild. And maybe because
she's still a puppy. She's only 6 months old.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she chews stuff, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
She needed to be potty trained. Yeah. She wasn't potty trained. So I guess maybe I'll be getting my new carpet sooner, or my new flooring sooner than I thought.
That was the plan. Yeah.
That was the master plan.
See how that comes out now?
Pee on the carpet, and then I'll have to get my flooring that I want.
Because that's what the dog does. Pees on the carpet, eats my glasses, chews my ears in the middle of the night.
And your toes.
Yeah, just randomly in the middle of the night, I wake up going, what's going on here? But cute little dog. I want to say this really quick though. We thank all of you guys for watching us. I mean, it's crazy how the channel has kind of grown, and we make these videos for you guys to kind of show you what we think is reality with reselling, Mm-hmm. And the storage unit stuff lately has been cool. The flea market stuff's crazy. Today's adventure, which will be tomorrow's video, was interesting. Somebody that watches us here showed up at the flea market booth, and he shows up and he's like, "Dude, there's nobody here." I'm like, "I know, bad."
Yeah, you said it was a bad
Yeah,
day
it was a
today.
bad day
Like,
today.
we thought it was slow over the weekend, but you said it was really,
Yeah.
really bad.
But I just, I look at things like, there's so many different ways to tell a story with reselling, and today there was multiple stories from multiple different people.
You picked me up and you were like, "Oh my gosh, I talked to this."
Driver came up to me and he's like, "Where the hell you been?" I'm like, "Who is this guy?" He's like, "Why don't you tell anybody where this flea market's at?" And I'm like, "Well, it's in Casa Grande. There's not that hard to find." And then I realized he was somebody who watches. And I was like, "Oh, hey, shit, hey, what's happening?"
Fun.
He was a totally cool guy. I had a blast with him. We talked for 3 hours. But it was before he showed up. There was individuals. He was there for one of them. Just the stories, and I think that's what's so cool about selling junk on the side of the road at a flea market, right? There's always a story. Just like there's always a story at a storage unit. When you go to a flea market, or let's take that back, when you go to a thrift store and you're at the thrift store, there's always a story to be told to some extent of who's shopping, what did Mary buy. But after a while, it's like, man, the stories aren't as good, right? And I'm a thrill junkie. I'm a treasure junkie at the end of the day.
You are.
I mean, I need to be in the thick of it. And at the flea market, I feel like I'm there, Random people come up to you. There was a couple that came up today, late 60s, and I started talking to them, and they got my humor off the bat. Some people don't get my humor, and they were just
They either
great
get
people.
your humor, or they think you're a jerk.
Yeah, like I need to be locked up in a straitjacket, seriously.
No, you don't get any of this.
And I started talking to them, and then it's just like, it's amazing. 30-year difference, but we could relate. They were there for an hour. And I was having a good old time, and everything they were saying I was agreeing with.
Yeah.
Because I think as you get older in life, people, can you believe what the educational system's doing? Can you believe what Donald Trump's doing? Or these school shootings? What's the hell's the matter with these kids? And, it boiled down to like, hey, there's, people don't discipline their kids anymore. And I mean, this could be a whole other video that we probably shouldn't have on YouTube, but
that could be a Kim video all on its own. If any of you are watching the national news, I don't know if we've made it yet, but Arizona teachers are about where West Virginia was.
Yeah. So talking to these people, it was great. An hour went by, and I'm like, man, I didn't sell anything to them, but it was. I know.
But you built the relationship,
exactly.
And it doesn't mean that they won't come back.
Yeah, I know that. I mean, I can't say, hey, I got a prism or a magical ball where, hey, they're going to come back and buy something cool for me. But I know they'll be back because they're going to go, man, I remember when we went to that flea market on a Friday at freaking 11:30 in the morning? There was that nice little gentleman with his stupid Tommy Bahama hat. And he made sense, that Chicago boy. And they're going to come back, and that's what I've noticed since we've planted the seeds at that flea market. They come back. This morning, I had 5 or 6 guys that always come up, and they just, what's up, Mike? It's part of the morning crew.
Yeah.
And I think that's important when you're doing the flea market, to be friendly with people and to interact with people,
I think that's what they want to do, too.
And if they don't buy, they don't buy, but maybe something will catch their eye. I always try to figure out, like, hey, what do you want?
You never know.
Yeah.
You just never know.
And then there was another guy that came by, and I wish I would turn my camera on him. I'm serious. I was telling you about it earlier.
Yeah.
This gold digger guy, this like not like a gold digger like a Kanye West song.
Yeah.
But like a true prospector.
He was out there. He was
it was incredible.
49er, minor.
Oh yeah, he was. Dude, he was digging. He was Parker Schnabel on crack. Right.
I remember like, what does the frog do? It's like, what does the fox say? What does the frog do?
I am telling you guys, when that woman said to me, she goes, and she was dead serious. What does the frog do? I looked at her, and all I could think of was humor here. So I said, well, sometimes he likes to be petted. And I mean, I went on for 3 minutes.
You went on. She just looked at you like you had.
And I said, listen, he actually prefers, iceberg lettuce. Believe it or not. I mean, you just can't give him romaine and some other stuff. It's got to be very specific. And she was looking at me. And I said, yeah, he likes his carrots really diced up, really, really thin and small. I said, but you got to be careful. He's nocturnal. So, you got to make sure he's out and about in the house. You got to let him roam freely. You can't have him in a cage. And then, I mean, and I could have kept going on for 30 minutes. But she just looked at me. And I said, so that's what he does. And she just walked away. I had to have made her smile, but she didn't. Not even nothing.
Nothing. No, nothing. Not a thing.
And then I realized in the video when I was editing it, I'm like, that's what she thought maybe it was doing. Like maybe it was a toy because I had it up on those little reptile rocks. But she had to have known that thing didn't move.
Well, I'm thinking that maybe she thought that it was like a water spout.
Oh, maybe.
You know what I mean? Like because you had it on
Yeah.
the water rock thing.
Yeah.
So maybe she thought the
what does it
frog
do?
like
Yeah.
like spit water.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
I still think that my story, you brought that thing home, you told your kids or your husband, this thing's nocturnal. This thing will walk around and we got to go get the iceberg lettuce. That was a win. People around me, I remember this when I was telling the story, they were looking at me, they were chuckling.
They were chuckling.
And I was like, really?
Because what are you going to do?
See, that's the thing. When you're doing these flea market things, man, you got to have fun. If you don't have fun with this stuff, it'll drive you nuts. The guy that stopped by today at the booth,
Yeah.
he saw firsthand a nut bag. I was telling this story about the guy, is this all you have to sell me? I said, well, what else do you want? Well, that's your job to tell me what I want. I said, well, sir. And I was thinking in the back of my mind, here's my opportunity to shine. All right? I'm going to be Mr. Sales Guy. So I went around the booth. What do you think about this? What am I supposed to do with that? Stick that up my ass?
Well, watch it. I mean, I know we're late.
Yeah, yeah.
But just watch it.
And I was just like, well, now you're going to be like that, huh? And then it just went on. Like, and he was really, his comebacks were ignorant.
Yeah,
But it wasn't
he
funny.
was just. I mean, he that sounds like just a jerk.
Yeah, and then he walked away and left. I said, well, have a great day. You too, And he probably got a kick out of that.
So Krillin 8876, thank you for the super chat there. He says, how many days a week is the Mad Max Flea Market open?
Yeah, thanks, Krillin. I appreciate it. The super chats.
7 days a
week. 7 days a week.
No, we're not there 7 days a week. You've tried different days to kind of see how it goes, and
Yeah, today was a learning curve. It was like Mad Max.
because last Friday you did awesome.
I thought it did pretty well, like 170, 180 bucks. The thing was today was, and you'll see tomorrow's video, like there just wasn't people.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, I was looking around, and there was nobody there, and I started to feel like I started to lose confidence in the flea market. Like if nobody's showing up.
I don't think so. I really truly think. Okay, we're at the first of the month. Yeah, it's the one on Jimmy Kerr. Somebody asked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really truly think you have the people that got their Social Security checks last week. Okay, you have the first of the month, rent due, mortgage due, whatever the case may be, right? So I really think that's our first of the month that we've been through. I think with it a full 30 days.
Right around there, yeah.
Like give or take a little bit. Maybe it's been 6 weeks, but I feel like that was the first full time going through it for a month. And so I think that really did make a difference because if you think about it, if people had gotten paid last Friday, got their Social Security checks, whatever, then, okay, you feel like on Friday when it's in your bank account, hey, I'm kind of rich, right? I can go and like kind of blow some money.
Well, see, people can argue this.
I don't know.
People can argue this, and I'd love for you guys to comment on this theory because I think it has something to do with the play of how the whole flea market works. But there are people that have money every time, right?
Yeah. Steve says he killed it today.
Yeah. So Steve killed it today. Steve freaking,
So maybe, I think that's it too. Maybe it's just the people that come through, what are they looking for?
And here's the great thing about it all, right? There's no rhyme or reason, and there's no right or wrong way, except that the wrong way is when the stuff's not selling to some extent, right? But, having this YouTube channel here, a lot of you guys will chime in, hey, you're doing this wrong, doing that, and we look at all that, right? But I don't know if there's really a logical explanation for why nobody bought any of our stuff today. I mean, I made money.
Yeah, you did make
money.
But it just wasn't as much of a...
Yeah, but the thing is, here's the thing. For what I made, if I had to count how many people came through the door and were like stopped at our spot, 30 people. Which that's where I was like, dude, something's off here because we were getting 5, 6, 7, 800 people coming through there. And 30 are now showing up, and it's like, oh, wait a minute. What do you do at that point? Now, tomorrow will be a game changer.
Yeah.
I mean, if I go there tomorrow, because I was going to leave today, like within 2.5 hours in, but the guy stopped in, that watched it on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And I was shooting stuff at him. But if I'm going to go there tomorrow, and it's just the same thing,
Yeah.
30 people walking by, then I truly need to find somewhere else to go. The problem is that it's a lot of stuff to move, and we're trying to get in a process right now where we can go mobile with the stuff, right? Where we can take
start looking at
it's
some
on the
bigger
road.
venues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So-
then go in and crush it, because I know it. I mean, I've been to the Rose Bowl. I've been to those places in Los Angeles, and Los Angeles is only a 5-hour drive.
Yeah, it's not that far.
There's the Resell Killers. I'd recommend everybody go watch them. They were on Chad and Ronnie's and Pete's show tonight. They do local stuff, Kim. They're looking great couple. They hustle, right? Hey, we buy this, we buy that. Local offer up. I mean, it reminded me of us.
I mean,
just
and
hustle, hustle.
we do advertise on, local Facebook pages, things like that, that the booth is open. I post pictures on the weekends.
Yeah.
When
I think we're doing everything right, but
you brought a bunch of tools today that you said you unloaded in a
yeah,
snap.
the tools. So I mean, if it wasn't
Right.
those tools, I would have walked out of there, and went right to the side of the road
Yeah.
with a sign that says "Need work." But I mean, when you look at like, hey, why didn't the stuff sell? It'll drive you batty.
Yeah.
Honestly, you could say, oh, it's the first of the month. Like Walmart. You go to Walmart around the first of the month, the place is jam packed. It's always jam packed.
But people are loading up. Like I saw someone in Fry's today when we were in there.
Yeah.
That woman's cart was overflowing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
She needed a second cart because they just
it's
got there.
Gatorade for days.
And I mean, I'm not trying to be offensive to anybody,
No.
but food carts just got reloaded too. And we live in an area where, I mean, my school is free lunch and free breakfast because literally 95% of the students were on free and reduced lunch, and so it's all government sanctioned now. So, you have to kind of think about those sorts of things in the area that you're in.
Yeah, I mean, and this is what we think is the area we're in, right? I can sit there and sell $40 pieces all day long and showcase them and try to get those buyers to come in.
Mm-hmm.
But for the stuff that we're doing with the storage units, sure, there are buyers for that stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
But in order for us to be successful, if we're continue buying storage units, is to be able to sell the junk, 25 cents, 50 cents, dollar items.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which that's where the flea market's a great
yes,
opportunity.
and I think that's where we're finding success in that. But we've come to an area right now where I think it's the hype with the flea markets. That particular flea market is slowing down, and I don't want to say that.
I don't know. We'll
but
have
after
to
today,
see. Just because there was one bad
Yeah,
day,
I'm
though,
not-
doesn't mean that that's
I'm not
the
throwing a
case
rock through a
either.
window. I'm just looking at it going, all right, let's give it some time and let's play it out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's
But I'm not
that's
the
necessarily
yeah.
the
But
case.
here's the thing: is you guys will see in tomorrow's video. I was talking to other vendors, and there's a lot of people that were like, I can't do this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I can't sit here and make $6 because
Right.
there's people literally that are next to us, guys, that are selling at that flea market that might break even making 10. I mean, they're not even breaking even. They're going to get $10 for 9
The lady
hours.
across from us made $10 last weekend.
You know?
She did a little better on Sunday, but overall.
Yeah. And everybody can sit there and then judge her and say, well, because you're not selling the right items. I mean, we can all be judgmental with all this. But in order for us to be successful with these storage units, is we need to sell the junk.
Yeah, and it really has been a great opportunity. I'm going to stop there for a second.
Yeah.
We have another super chat. Thank you, Liquidation Ohio. Ohio versus AZ Storage Unit Resale Challenge
Let's
video.
do it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Liquidation
let's
Ohio.
go for it.
I've watched a couple of his videos. I mean, he buys liquidation stuff.
Yeah.
And he opens boxes, shows it, and I'm going to tell you guys something right now. If you're not subscribed to him, check him out because it's not. I don't see the fakery with him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'm very leery of who I watch and talk
I know
about.
you're pretty.
But I've seen some of his videos, and I think it's good stuff. Continue doing it because
and
there's
that's
so
interesting
many.
because if he's mostly into liquidation stuff, just going off of his name, I'm assuming that's what it is.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe he changed his whole game from what he's doing, but this was a couple months ago. I was watching, and I enjoyed it.
That's kind of not something that we get into all the time.
Yeah.
It's something we've done before, but not.
There's money in it. It's just for me,
we have found.
I appreciate money. Right?
Yeah. Again, I think it's everything. Everything is based on the area that you're in.
Yeah.
Because those sorts of things to me are local sales. For the fact, and here's why I say that. Only for the fact that I feel like people on eBay don't read, and so they're not going to realize if something had been refurbished
the other
or
thing
if
is,
an open
here's the
box or
thing why
whatever.
we've
Wow, I'm sorry, I'm going to stop again. Wow, Chad, thank you so much. Chad just gave a $9.99 super chat.
Oh, Chad, you don't do that, bro.
He says he loves our storage and flea market
thanks, Chad.
videos.
Speaking of that, and this is why we came last night, because I talked to Chad some months ago, and I said, dude, I want to do this show. And I want me, Kim, and I want you and your wife, and let's just talk reselling on my channel.
Mm-hmm.
Like how we raised a family, because there's not too many people that are out on YouTube land that have raised a family. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
Chad's older than we are. His kids are predominantly grown up and everything. He's a grandpa.
Yeah, like your kids are like out of the house, right, Chad?
I think it's very interesting to hear our stories, not directed as like, hey.
Hopefully it's inspiring.
Yeah,
to
that's what I want it to be. I want it to be like, look, here's two grown men, two asses. Most people think we're asses, but I think people respect our opinions.
Sometimes, I'm sure the other Kim will agree with me that sometimes they are a little bit.
But I thought that idea, and I pitched it to him, and then that's when our channel got banned with the live thing. So tonight when I was watching their show, I was like, behind the scenes, I said, okay, if I get this live thing going, I'm in.
Yeah.
And then he wants to do something with me on his channel. Either or, I think it's going to happen tomorrow. Something on his channel or on my channel. I know he wants to talk about like reselling failures, but I was really excited about that when I was telling him that concept.
Yeah.
Like,
Barry, you're kind of in the light,
Barry, you're blocking the light, bro. What are you doing?
Yeah, that'd be great. Oh, thank you, Adam. He says $2 super check. Glad you're back live, Mike and Kim. Thank you. Or thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, we're super excited. I love. I know it. We're like a ADHD tonight squirrel. We're like all over the place. We're so excited, But
because we've been waiting. I thought they took this kind of away from us, the live thing, for the longest time, and I was hurt.
Yeah, because it's hard to respond to every single comment. There's so much love from the storage units and the flea market videos, and that's been so awesome. And I do try and read the comments when I'm out here taking the dogs out or whatever, and I read them. And,
we're constantly looking at it. I mean, YouTube is part of our life. I'll be honest. This is part of our life. Some people question it. Some people look at it like, "Oh, dude, you're just a loser. You don't make any money." I mean, you see the bad.
I know.
But
you
the
see
good
the
is
good
why
and
we
the
keep
bad,
going.
Is there, and we just, I think maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but I think what makes people keep coming back and watching is that we truly are like actual people. Like, we're not trying to be something we're not.
Yeah, I've heard people say, "Oh, I like watching Mike because he's a train wreck."
Like, maybe sometimes.
And I think that when I hear that, I'm like, man, they think I'm a train wreck. I'm supporting a family.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm doing everything I should be doing. We don't rent a house, and there's nothing wrong with if you're renting a house. We put ourselves in a position to win, right? At our age.
Well, we rented.
We bought property out here.
And years,
our cars are paid for. Our daughter has a car.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we don't really. I wouldn't say we don't. And this might come off crazy. Like, I mean, we don't really struggle like we used to.
No.
And I think that's something that maybe we'll talk about on Chad's thing with the failures, because there was many times.
Yes. Thank you again, liquidation.
Where things were failed. They just didn't work out in our favor. And now it seems like everything that we kind of do, it's like the world's evolved a little bit and gave us a break. Because, I mean, we were getting beat up year after year.
Or maybe we've learned from that.
Yeah.
Everything is a learning opportunity, and everybody stumbles, and we stumbled both publicly and privately.
Yeah, sure. I threw myself out there to say, hey, listen, if I can go out there and do this, you guys can do this too, right? And I've shared the journey.
People always say, oh my God, Mike, you're so lucky to have such a supportive wife.
I am.
We've said it before. I wasn't always very supportive of this, though. And when he first started, I'm going to be honest,
You think she was supportive when, a week went by and, here's $40?
He left a 6-figure income to do this. I was not very supportive. I got to be honest. I didn't know where this was going to go.
No.
So,
And it was about believing in it and working for it,
but
right?
the difference was I said, okay, then you know what? You don't have any, you need to prove it to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about anybody else, but you need to prove to me that this is going to work. And he kind of got mad at me, like, at first, like, I can't believe you don't support your husband and this and that.
I felt like she didn't believe in me, so I was like, wow, I don't even have you on my team anymore. But I needed that, guys. You know what I mean? I needed that to get that extra push because we've all been there.
Yeah.
When we have stuffers laying around, you're like, oh, I'm kind of a little fat, happy cat, or maybe things aren't as great and you're a little depressed, you're bummed out. Well, when she did that to me, I'm like, I'm going to show you. And
you got mad at me.
Oh, yeah.
You got PO'd at me, and you were like, screw you, I'm going to show you.
Yeah, I said, I'll show you the money.
Work.
I was like, Jerry Maguire, I'll show you the money. I will show you the money.
And that,
And that's where we're kind of at now. Like, I mean, one of the big questions a lot of people ask on the YouTube channel is, do you still sell on eBay? Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We do on Etsy. The one account that I do share on YouTube here, I can tell you right now, I haven't listed anything on there in October.
Since October.
Since October of last year.
I'm going to stop for a second.
Yeah.
Conjure just gave a super chat. Thank you so much. What made you leave your job to do this, Mike?
Let me just, okay.
Well, from my point of view.
Let me throw this out here real quick.
Go ahead.
All right, because I was just telling this story today, and I don't think I've told this story many times. Okay. I was always into reselling with baseball cards, and selling items. And when we got married, I was making a little bit of money working in a freight forwarding business, so import, export, stuff out of China. And then I got really good at this. And I had clients like Ashley Furniture. I had one of the leading suppliers for Craftsman that supplied the Craftsman products as a private label to Sears. And the list goes on with all the clients. I mean, it's almost like
You were great at what you did.
Yeah, it was almost like unbelievable. And somebody gave me an opportunity to shine. Somebody believed in me.
When we first, 23, 24 years old.
Yeah.
Somebody gave you.
Somebody believed in me.
Something in you
and gave me this opportunity, and I freaking went for it. But after a year or two of going for it, and
So we had Maddie right away after we got married.
I was pulling in numbers. I was doing everything I was supposed to be as a salesperson.
But
it wasn't enough.
Mike had to travel all the time. He kind of ended up going out on his own. Kind of long story short here.
Well, yeah, hold on, because it's a little bit. I want to really truly tell the story because it's important.
All right, thank you, Oberlaku. Another super chat. Hey, Mike, learned a lot from you. Nothing in the world compares with being your own boss, keep wheeling and dealing.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. That's awesome. And the whole point of all this is that any of you guys can do this.
Yeah.
But back to my story really quick.
Go ahead.
So, I'm in this field and I'm succeeding. I mean, I'm selling stuff. I'm selling freight, import, export, air freight, ocean freight.
I was able to be a stay-at-home mom.
She didn't work.
During that time, we didn't have to put our kids in daycare.
And I worked for a Chinese company, and I went to the owner, and I'll never forget this. I remember one time he handed me a leather Kenneth Cole briefcase, and I was like, "Damn, that thing's like $600." Back in the day, they were. And he gave it to me, like, here you go, great job, pat in the back, lucky dime, here you go. And I was impressed. I was like, wow, he believes in me. So I kept going hard with that business. Then I realized they weren't giving me any more money. I was right here, and I wasn't going up, and I wasn't going down. So here I am one night. That was my job, was to take clients out, and take clients to wherever they wanted to go. Okay, some places were sketchy, some places were fine restaurants.
Some places were the type that a wife doesn't approve of.
Yeah. And so I took one of my clients out. There was a nice steakhouse in Schaumburg that, not Morton's, the other one. I think they're gone. No, the other one. They had a couple chains, and then the guy was molesting. It was a bad scene. Remember the owner's kid?
It wasn't Morton's.
No, it was a great steakhouse. I think it's all gone.
Ruth Chris's. No.
No, it wasn't a corporate chain. Remember, it was that one we always go to. It was a nice little place. Anyway. It got defunct, or maybe it's still there. I don't know. Anyway, so I take my customer out one night. The guy from Craftsman. Okay, he's importing all this private label stuff from Keelung, Taiwan, under the Craftsman name and selling it to Sears and killing it, crushing it. This guy was doing it. And he was a smooth talker, right? Steve.
Steve was a smooth talker.
And turned to me and says, man, Mike, because I got him into that. I taught him how to import the shit, all this cool stuff. And he goes, you've helped me so much with my business. Why don't you just do this on your own? And I said, well, you got to understand something. I got to have a $400,000 continuous bond, you know, with the NVOCC, non-vessel operating common carrier stuff, freight forwarding stuff. It's crazy, right? And stuff with customs to do all this stuff legit. And that's what I always wanted to do.
You had to have like a thorough background check
all this
to
stuff,
get this.
you know,
I mean,
and
it was like the FBI sort of stuff.
And I
It's
turned to him
crazy.
and I said, I just don't have the money, man. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the money. And he goes, all right. So a couple of beers later, we leave. He goes, we're going to make something happen here. A week later, he calls me, meet me at the restaurant. So I show up there. And I'm telling you guys, I am telling you, things happen for a reason. That night, I went to that nice steakhouse, ate dinner with him. We're at the bar, and he has a partner with him. And it was the presentation. Mike, bring your customers. We'll start our own thing. Okay? I went to the bathroom that night. And I'll tell you what. It's crazy how in life, and I believe this, there's karma, there's little secrets in life, there's signs. I go to the bathroom that night, and I'm, doing my thing, and there's a guy next to me, he goes, dude, stay away from those people. They're crooked. They're going to screw you. Random stranger, but happened to be sitting next to the bar. Overhearing the conversation, like, dude, they're going to screw you. I didn't listen because I thought, man, this guy's driving free. This guy's got a $600,000 home in Barrington, and it was an impressive lifestyle.
We were young.
Yeah, I was very young, and I was eager to make money.
It was exciting that somebody believed in you, that you could do this on your own.
So again, this is a lengthy story, but I want to tell it. But so what ended up happening was I went for it, and we opened this company up. I got licensed. I mean, I had the background checks with the customs and NVOCC and the FAA, everything. And they gave me this freaking document that said, dude, you're good to go. And I remember when I got that document, I'm like, oh my God, I could shoot somebody and it might be okay. I mean, it was strings were pulled. But he was the money man behind the scenes, and long story here, but at the end of the day, we took that. I took all my customers I had from that business into this new Mike Franco part shareholder at only 49%, and that's where I went wrong.
Yeah.
I couldn't get that extra 1%, but I thought I had some of these private investors of shareholders on my back.
We put up our house as collateral.
Yeah, put my house up as collateral, $340,000, and then I sat there and I just did my thing. I mean, I only worked from 7 till noon.
Yeah.
And I'd hit the bar. I'd hit the clients. That's all I did all day. Yeah, I know, it's boring, but I want to throw this out there because you can't just give up on things, right? And things are going to happen for a reason. But the story turned out to be, years later, a woman was involved that I hired, which I thought was a friend. She was sleeping with the investor. And it went south, and I confronted him and said, listen, enough's enough, dude. We can't have this here. This is not good. He didn't want to listen to me. He goes, you're out. I said, no, F you, So I talked to the other one investor.
Yeah.
Anyway, I told him this whole story, what was happening behind the scenes. He was a recovering alcoholic. He didn't drink. After I talked to him, he got so screwed up, he drank,
He died of alcohol poisoning.
Just died. I wake up one day, right? We got this nice new Jeep, BMW or Jeep Cherokee, whatever the hell it was. I pull up to work, I put my key in the door, and it don't turn. I look around, I'm like, oh shit. And there's the freaking Elk Grove Village Police Department.
Yeah.
Here you go, Mr. Franco. What's this? Oh, I'm kicked out, you might say, huh? And I got booted out. After then, I had signed a non-compete with that business. So I couldn't even go back to what I knew. Nobody would hire me, and everybody wanted to hire me. I went on interviews, and everybody's like, dude, you're a rock star in this business. I couldn't get a job. And that's when I said, and this is the moral of the story, that's when I said, you know what, the F with this. I'm doing things my way, and I'm going to go home, and I'm going to flip. All we had was those baseball cards.
Yeah.
I flipped the baseball cards, and then I started sitting there and just looking around the house, and I had Sports Specialties Bulls hats. a couple jerseys from when I was a kid, and I threw them on eBay. So what are these worth? And I'm like, whoa. And then I started looking at it further. I'm like, now how would somebody go about getting some of that vintage gear? You know, this was freaking 90s, man. Like, it was still hot. And I kept beating myself up. I'm like, is there a supplier for this stuff? Where do you buy this stuff?
Yeah.
Then it dawned on me one day. It was the freaking thrift store, man. It was a thrift store. And that's when I learned about the thrift store, which by the way, I would never, ever go to.
No, he always thought he was better than the thrift store.
When I found the thrift store and I realized what was in that place,
that was it.
And I'm telling you guys, it was so different than how it is now. Well, one, I get a thrill from it.
Yeah.
You know?
Because it's like how it used to be going to the thrift stores.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, now the thrift stores are pretty crappy, and you're lucky if you're going to find something. But everybody's getting to see my Eeyore PJs.
Yeah.
You know, and now when you buy the storage units, it's kind of that same feeling, like, oh my gosh, what am I going to find? Thank you, Pick in Wisconsin. We really appreciate the super chat.
Yeah, thanks,
there.
guys.
Thank you. So you get that thrill all in like one location. The difference, I think, is that like you're either spending the time going through the thrift store picking out stuff or digging through all of the stuff, or you're doing it with the storage unit. The only difference is that with the storage unit, the junk comes home.
Yeah, which that's the sad part.
Thank you, Conjure. He or she says thank you both for sharing. What things are selling for you on eBay recently?
Video games. I know it's kind of obvious, but video games are selling. I just sold. What did I just sell today? I don't know. Let me look at my phone. Disney hoodies are selling for me. The vinyl records that they always sell. I'll be honest with you guys. I mean, I made that video. I put it on YouTube. It was a live show we did. And I was like, it's $1 billion industry. Yeah. I am telling you guys. You know, it's certain vinyl doesn't sell. You would think, oh man, Bob Seger, that's cool. Yeah, it's not going to sell.
Yeah.
$4 or $5. Maybe somebody will buy it. No money in it. I sold strawberry shortcake 33 for fucking $18.
Yeah,
there
watch. There was the F-bomb. Don't.
But
sorry. Got a couple other questions here. Oakbrook Picker. So the best ROI is in the storage units for you. Right now, I would say it is, especially because we're in the great weather right now. Arizona is lovely for the next couple months. So this is a great time for us to do anything that we can outside. We've kind of actually been talking about that. How is the flea market going to be when the summer months hit? We're not sure. If you look at how garage sales go out here, you're done by 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
So you're like 6 a.m. to 11, and that's kind of it, because those are the only times that it's...
And we were just talking before we went live here about our strategy.
Yeah, what is that going to be?
So go in different places where it's not 110 degrees out in the summer.
Right, so we might do some traveling up north to some flea markets or swap meets or whatever up there. We're kind of working on that strategy.
But I could say this. Let me just say this, right? I mean, there is still amazing things to find at the thrift store.
Yeah.
I went today, before I picked you up, and we were talking, and I found some cool things, which is in tomorrow's video, and I was just blown away that I found something that literally was there for 30 days. That is a huge ROI. It's a long tail thing, but I think what we're finding success with the storage units right now is we're finally getting some decent units.
We're getting decent units, and we have an outlet to sell the junk. Like the stuff that we normally would have been like, well, let's just donate it or something, because there's no way to sell this.
People were laughing at me with the one unit I bought with all those black storage bags.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a garbage unit. There's no doubt about it. There was junk in there, but there was some sellable stuff, and it was, you know, what people don't see, what you guys don't see a lot of times, and this is where, you know, we want to come live and do these shows to give you updates and stuff. I've got stockpiles of stuff for when it is hot here. I can do eBay
and so that's kind of maybe what we're looking at right now. We have quite a few more questions, so we're gonna probably have to kind of
sorry, I'll just keep rambling.
I know, so I'm gonna cut you here for a second. Adam asks, Mike, what do the dumps charge you for disposal for like mattresses, electronics, furniture, etc.?
It depends on the area, you know. I had a pretty good gig with a guy that, and I'll be honest, the desert's huge out here, right? And he had some connection. He wasn't illegally dumping it, but he took it. He
Hmm.
took it,
Yeah.
and it was huge. It was a big lifesaver. He took junk, but he also took the trash,
So that
and
was great.
that was great to have an outlet with that. That is one of the biggest problems when it comes to buying storage units. You're gonna have a lot of trash, a ton of it. Okay. You know, I mean, I'm talking broken plastic freaking crates, beat up mattresses, broken dryers. You know, there's all different ways to do it. I want to give a shout right now to somebody that I wanted to do like a formal thing to, but I would encourage every one of you guys right now, if you're looking in the storage unit business, there's a gentleman that's on YouTube here called Jens Tobias. Okay, that's the book we have.
Yeah.
I bought his book. Okay,
I think
I don't buy many people's books, but you know the guy's got like 800 subscribers on YouTube. Older gentleman out of Southern California who buys storage units. 20, 30 years as a side hustle. I bought the book and I was blown away. I was like, this is great. And I watched his videos, and they're not like professional. They're not amazing quality,
Yeah.
but it's just straight up hustle. If you want to get in that business, I would definitely recommend
That
subscribing to that channel. Jens Jens Tobias Tobias is his YouTube channel, and he's got a book out there. It's called The Weekend Storage Warrior, and it's an excellent read for anybody looking at this because it really paints a true picture of how storage units are.
I've looked through a little bit of it, and I thought, I was like, yeah, that's
And
pretty
another
accurate.
gentleman that I'd like to talk about really quick, and you know, he's been on the channel a couple times here and there. He's been in my private Facebook groups. Art from New York.
Yeah.
He's been doing it a long damn time.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a pro.
Yeah.
You know, and all these pros are going to tell you one thing: you have to have a system to get rid of the stuff.
Right. That's
know?
the key.
And you got to move the stuff because it'll
Okay.
pile up on you.
So somebody says start an indoor flea market. Yeah, we'd like to. Maybe that'll be something. Put yourself back on camera.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be something someday. Hey, Mike and Kim, is there any truth to Steve now being the flea market insider?
Yeah, you know what? I mean, I'm going to tell you something, right? Steve's an older gentleman, nice guy. You know, he came out here to, you know, probably watch baseball a little bit more. But I am going to tell you something.
He can hustle.
He goes out there and hustles, and I mean, I admire that at his age, going and making it happen,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
finding deals. I mean, again, if you're not subscribed to Steve,
Yeah.
you know, go on my main channel, Mike, whatever, right? He's right to the right. There's a lot of those cats that are on there. There's people like Duane. There's Elizabeth Schultz. There's Peter. There's some people on there that
Yeah.
you know that
And I think
are out there
I
doing
think
it,
if
man.
anybody's watched you long enough, they'll know that you don't just put anybody on your chest.
yeah. And I'm not
so.
trying. I mean, I got no motive. I'm not. You know, these guys aren't gonna. I don't think these guys are that I'm talking about, other than Jen Tobias. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Yeah, he's gonna sell you his book. Right.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you something. For $13 or whatever it is on Amazon, if you want to get into this business, it is the freaking learning curve for somebody that really wants to understand in a 2-hour read about
Yeah.
storage units and enjoy it. It's entertaining
Yeah.
and educational.
So we're gonna move on. Hey Mike, video games. How do you decide where to list? eBay, Amazon, Merchant, FBA.
You know, I'll be honest. FBA with the games lately, I've been just beaten up with it.
Yeah.
I haven't. I'm gonna be straight forward. The Amazon FBA train for me, I do a little bit, but not as much as I used to, honestly, because it's just a rat race over there, man. I mean, Amazon's the number one place to be,
Yeah.
but and you could sell some stuff over there. Don't get me wrong. You could do the VHS combos. You could do electronics there, but it's a scary place.
Yeah.
You know, it's definitely a scary place when you're selling higher end video games to some extent. You know, $50, $60 games. You know, Amazon takes a big ass cut.
Yeah.
And not only that, there are some people, just like there is everywhere on eBay, or
Scammers.
they're going to scam you, man. And
I'm gonna keep going because
Yeah,
there's quite a few. How did the OEM buy go, and did you order more from them?
I haven't ordered any more from them, just because it wasn't a good fit at the moment for what we're doing.
Yeah.
But I've thought about it. It's been in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
To order
it's
it,
just
'cause
something that we're kind of. It's
the-
out. It's
you know,
out there.
Yeah, the margins are small. When anytime you buy wholesale or liquidation like that, to some extent, the margins are kind of small. But I thought, you know, it's new stuff. I mean, he doesn't sell open box stuff. At least the stuff I've ever gotten from him has never been beat up or returns. It's all brand new sealed stuff, which is we've sold
Good.
actually some of the items that we've gotten from him at the flea market.
Yeah.
For again, it's double your money program on some of this.
Yeah.
So if you paid $2-3 for a Bluetooth speaker, we got a lot of Bluetooth speakers from him that we were able to sell for $6-7.
Yeah.
That honestly could not sell. You couldn't sell those on eBay because it was so flooded. But
Kim, did you quit your job? No, I didn't. I'm just off on Friday nights and Saturday and Sunday. Actually, I won't be off Saturday and Sunday between the flea market and
yeah,
having to get grades
you've been a trooper helping with that.
I'm really behind on my grading, and I have to get my grades in by Monday. So,
if you can't do the flea market, don't feel like you need to. I'll sit out there.
I
Like
know,
a desert
but
rat.
I mean, it's hard because I know, like, if it gets busy, it's hard to do it on your own. And
Yeah.
I want to be there to help you, but I've got to get my grades in.
That's priority.
I don't know. But no,
I'm just
I
thankful.
haven't quit my job. I'm just working 2 jobs now.
Yeah. Well, I'm just thankful that you showed interest in it, and I mean, you're great with the people there, the staging. That they will buy. If you said $3 for an item, they'll buy it from you. If I said that was $1, they'll just walk away. You have a certain charm to you.
Oh,
you
well,
do.
thank you.
That helps. That helps
that
the whole
was
thing.
sweet.
So if you can't make it, you can't make it. I mean, there's no obligation to go. Oh, I got to be there Saturday morning.
Well, I kind of feel like it though. I don't
Just
know.
come in at 1 or 2 and close the deal. There's no coffee for closers,
and
man.
I enjoy setting it up and staging it. I
Yeah.
actually really have a lot of fun with that. So, and look at my stuff sold.
No, it's cool.
And
you know what the great part of it all is, and this is maybe some of you guys might not see, is it's junk. I mean, it is.
Let the secret out.
Literally stuff you cannot give away.
I know. Okay, we got lots more questions,
All right,
so
yeah,
we need to
rapid fire.
keep. Okay,
Rapid
let's
fire.
see. Let me back up here. Oh my gosh!
Okay, while you're looking at that,
Here it is.
I saw this commercial today, or I didn't see it. I heard on the radio for a Chrysler Pacifica, and then you know what the theme song was? Like they promoted the song.
No.
I'm a big fine woman. Want you back that thing up?
Are you kidding
I
me?
couldn't believe it. I said, did I just hear that?
Oh my gosh!
Big fine woman. I don't know who sang that song. Big fine woman wants you back that thing up.
Yeah, who sang that song?
It was a
I don't
Chrysler
remember.
Pacifica commercial.
That's
They go
weird.
in the- And I was like, dude, are you serious?
That's funny. I need a good shipping site to import to Australia. Any suggestions?
Good shipping site to import to Australia.
Off the top of my head, I don't know.
Freight forwarder wise, I would look at Kuninago. There's a couple other really solid freight forwarders that are out there that do. I would stay away from the Chinese-based freight
Yeah.
forwarders.
Depending on what it is. I mean, if you
Yeah.
get something good on an LCL or something. that
Yeah,
might be-
I mean, some Chinese freight forwarders might have an excellent LTL rate.
Yeah.
I mean, $65 a CBM, a cubic meter to,
Yeah.
Australia. But there's some European freight forwarders I would look into. I think that's all you have to just go to Google European freight forwarder. You can type in Kuninago. They would probably help you out a lot. Again, but you got to remember this, right? You do not. Trust me. When you're doing international stuff, I mean, everybody can say something. Oh, I want the cheapest guy. No. If this is stuff that you're selling to somebody, or you're importing yourself, and you want to go through DHL, God bless you with DHL. I wouldn't do that, right? You want to go through somebody who's trusted, who has a name for themselves, and has a good review. Like,
Yeah.
to give you the background on the freight forwarding company that I used to work for, and I worked for 2 before I started my own. One was Scanwell Freight Forwarding.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they own one of the biggest railroad things with Nippon Railroad out in in China. No, I'll take that back. That was the other company I worked for. But Scanwell International is huge Chinese freight forwarder. Then there's NNR, Nippon Railroad. That's Japanese. It's different, but they had good networks overseas, Australia, England.
All right, we're gonna.
Yeah.
Okay. You ever watch The Auction Pirate, Mike?
Yeah, I do. I like the guy.
How long do you keep your items if they don't sell?
Forever. They never go away. Guys, they never go away. They just keep
Oh.
appearing. No, I think we're gonna. We do move the stuff.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
do.
we do get rid
We
of
do
it.
move it.
And I
Sometimes
think
it takes a while, but we do move it.
and I think that since we found a groove here with the flea market, we have to have a system.
Yeah.
To get rid of it,
Yeah.
and no matter what it is, if it's not going to go online, it's just got to go, right? And that's where I was really hoping with the auction that they have every Saturday, that more
Yeah.
people would be interested. Where I can say, hey man, do you want 80 pairs of jeans?
Yeah.
Do you want 150 men's dress shirts that are not like, they're not cheapos.
Yeah.
You can make some money off it. Show up. I'll give you a box for $5.
Mike is drunk. No, he's not.
No.
It seems like you're happier. No rants tonight, eh?
Yeah.
No, no rants tonight.
I got nothing to complain about.
I've been selling Guitar Hero packages on eBay. Do you have any experience with these or recommend doing those merchant fulfillment or FBA instead?
I would do those, yeah, either or. Merchant Field or FBA. I would look at those Guitar Hero packages and the Connect packages. I think those, if you want to hoard them, right, they'll do FBA amazingly in the fourth quarter. There's no doubt about it. You're going to get more bang for your buck. But to move them quickly, I would merchant fulfill them. The fees are less, and you got to remember, if you're doing the Guitar Heroes or the drums, the Rock Band stuff, that's pretty. Even though the Amazon rates to the FBA warehouses are reasonable, it still eats out of your bottom line when you can just merchant fill it.
How do you guys handle cigarette smoke on items you sell on eBay?
We don't smoke around anything. I mean, the only thing I smoke around is in the flea market, but.
Oakbrook Picker says, I've made over $1,000 on used hats after watching one of Mike's videos. Thank you, Mike.
Thanks, bud.
There's some German stuff going on here. I'm not really sure what that is all about. Good.
There's so many ways to skin a hat with this reselling game. You know what I mean?
No, Kuhn, Kuhn,
Mm-hmm.
and A-N-D, Nagel, N-A-G-L-E.
Yeah, Kuhn and Nagel.
So she didn't know how to do
Yeah.
it.
And again, they're respectable. Shop around definitely, but you got to ask certain questions. Maybe I'll do something if there's some serious interest in that, on how to find the right freight forwarder, because there are some third-party guys out there that are not licensed, they're not bonded.
Yeah.
And you can go through them, and they might be the cheapest, but it might take 6 years to get your stuff there. Honestly, I've heard. I mean, I went into Harley Davidson back in the day in Racine, Wisconsin,
Yeah.
when they had a shit freight forwarder. And their problem was, we just can't get the stuff on time. I said, you don't know what you're doing. I mean, the cocky kid going in to talk to freaking Harley.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're doing. But once I put him on the right ship, and I said, if you're going to do ocean freight, you're going to do air freight, these are the companies you want to deal with.
Yeah. What happens if you can't sell enough in a month to pay your mortgage? Well, hopefully that doesn't happen.
Yeah, it hasn't happened, but
so we don't know.
well, let's just put this
Knock
way.
on wood, it never happens to us.
First off, let me put this way, because I'm prepared for that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm prepared for everything that's the worst scenario, right, Kim? I mean, that's how.
Yeah.
So two, if that did happen, one is, okay, I've got commodities. I've got gold. I've got silver.
Mhm.
Now, silver right now is not the greatest, right? But I would have enough to get by. We have money in savings,
Mhm.
and we have a savings fund.
Yeah.
The problem would be is
we've been really lucky that it wasn't always that way for us.
Mhm.
I mean, there were times that it really was like dollar, like where are we going to get the next dollar from
Yeah.
to keep the electric on, and things got turned off. And again, that's something we said we'd talk
Mhm.
about, maybe somewhere else. But
that's the reality of it, is we
that
put
is
ourselves
the reality.
in a
We have
circumstance.
been in those situations. We did it to ourselves, it just because that you're robbing Peter to pay Paul, basically, and it
We've-
catches up with you.
We've told that story. We've taken
Yeah.
back when we were living in Cary,
Yeah.
Crystal Lake. If anybody can relate to that, that's where Pete Craigslist Hunter shops at, Crystal Lake, next town over. We went many times to that pawn shop with our wedding rings.
Yeah.
And said, listen, what can you help us with? We don't want to sell them to you.
Yeah, but we need
But we
the
need
cash. We need to
3 or
keep the
4
lights
hours.
on. We need to keep the gas on for the heat.
I got no shame in my game, man.
But we have been fortunate that we've been able now to put ourselves in a position where,
Yeah.
hopefully,
It's that old saying, Dave
some
Ramsey.
catastrophic thing doesn't happen. But that would wipe us completely clean.
Yeah,
but
what I'm trying to work at right now, and I'm just going to be honest, is if something happened physically
Mhm.
where I got sick, because I'm off your health insurance.
Right.
And, it is what it is. But if I was to just, I don't know, stroke out or something like that, that's where I'm not comfortable right now, because I don't have enough money
Mhm.
to live our 30 years. There's no
Right.
way. And that's the hardest thing. That's for me, that is my challenge right now, is to, and I don't know if I'll ever accomplish that. to go,
So
man, I have enough
to
money.
have that nest egg that you feel
Yeah,
comfortable that should God
I don't
forbid
have it
something
right now.
happen. Yeah. So I mean, we aren't,
I'm not rich. I don't
millionaires
drive.
by any. I mean, we got a van falling apart over here,
Yeah,
but
we have a
we choose to spend our money
wisely.
more wisely than we have.
But also invest in things and also have a little bit of a nest egg.
Yeah,
the nest egg's not huge. I mean,
I just turned 40 this year.
Yeah.
I mean, so we're, I
We've had
suppose on the
setbacks.
downside of life,
Yeah,
downhill
I think
portion.
people
I don't
can.
know.
I think where people can learn through your 20s.
Yeah, learn
they're
from our mistakes.
Yeah.
Learn from what
God.
we didn't learn.
No,
To keep it going, do you like Merkel?
Merkel.
Merkel.
Merkel. Yeah, they're good. Yeah, definitely.
Bonafide Hustlers here. He says, "What's up, Mike? Hope all
What's up,
is
dude?
well. Good luck with all the flea market storage stuff."
Thanks.
Why do you sitting in a? I don't think that's. I think never mind.
It's not appropriate.
I just saw. I saw the question mark, so I. La 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 la. Sorry, guys. I'm not sure what all this German stuff is.
Maybe it's. I don't know.
I'm not sure who some of these things are, what they're about. Long-term disability insurance, maybe.
Yeah, I mean that's what I worry about now. I'm always worrying about the next, how to take care of family if something was to happen to me. Because of, I've got health problems. There's days I could barely walk, and it's not getting any better. I think I probably have to get my hip replaced at some point here or something crazy. And that's gonna hurt if I'm down for 6 months. I mean, I can still do the online stuff, but I mean, I can't do what I really want. And that's right now, like the flea market. That's why I'm hustling every day out there and pushing forward and buying storage units, because I know at some point here, I got to deal with what I'm personally dealing with, physically. That I know that I will not be able to lift those things, but at the same point in time, it's I think that's really the American dream, to raise a family, and then as you're getting older, obviously you want the retirement, right? You want to have some money left over, and that's all I'm trying to get at
How
right
can
now.
you say you have gold, but you never did a video on it? Why lie?
Gold?
That's not DOT again.
I mean, what do you want me to say?
How can you say
What do
you
want me to
have
say?
gold, but you never did a video on it? Why lie?
Okay, well,
Because
why do I
do
gotta?
we have to show you every aspect of my life?
Yeah, but not only that, why do I have to make videos just because I have gold? I mean, what was the point?
That
I mean, I'm not
really,
trying to. Hey, here's gold. Go buy gold. I mean,
Why?
it's pretty
'Cause
basic. I mean, if you guys want to watch basic channels, there's plenty of them out there.
Yeah.
If they'll teach you, hey, here's how to sell a blazer and here's how to sell a tie. Even though these people that are talking like that for many, many years haven't sold shit like that in years. They don't even resell, But I'm not going to go out there and talk about gold like I am an expert. I don't feel like I am an expert with a lot of things. And I don't feel like, gold is an expertise in terms of, something I can help you with, other than it's obvious. If you're digging through a storage and hey, it's 14 karat. And no disrespect to anybody. I mean, but I just don't feel like, I need to share these personal things like, hey, well, look at my hot tub. You know what I mean? I mean, hey, that's a freaking $3,600 hot tub. Check it out, guys. Is that cool? Look at our new fridge we got for freaking. You want to hear something cool? Okay, let's talk Eric.
Yeah, this is a great story. Then we've got another question.
Yeah.
Should you open a separate bank account for reselling? So
I would agree. Yeah, separate business. Again, you gotta go through the stages. If it's something you committed to, start a bank account.
I would say it depends on how much money you're really.
I would recommend this. Try it for the first
there.
year, under your own name and everything like that. If it's working out for you, then take the next step so you can get the tax write-offs and a lot of the benefits it is to having a business. But here's a story about our freaking $3,600 fridge.
Okay? Yes, this is a great video. This is great.
We bought this house. It came with, and I gave him a low ball offer. Like, I think I gave him $400 for it, like 2-3 months ago, 8 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I paid way too much money for that. And I said, okay, well, I got a phone call one day from my buddy, and he's like, he'll take $300 for it. I'm like, really? I'm in. Because to me, I'm thinking, this is how my hustling mind works. Dude, if I'm going to pay $300 for this nice-ass fridge, You know, it's nice stainless. It's barely used. What can I get for my old fridge? Just a white, like, what do you call it, side by side fridge with the water
Yeah.
faucet, the freaking ice cubes come out, whatever it is. And I said to myself, I think I can get over $200 for the other one. So I'm only really going to pay $100 for this brand new Frigidaire. You know, the Home Depot sells for, 30
Yeah, because we've been looking
I've
at
been looking, I'm
replacing
shopping.
the things, but it's expensive.
So I bought the fridge for,
Cheap.
what did I pay for that?
We paid $250.
So I paid $250 for this Frigidaire. I listed the other one. We put
Was it
an offer.
$250?
I think it was 250. Yeah.
No, it was. Yeah, it was $250.
It was 250,
Yeah, it was
yeah.
$250.
And we listed the other one on OfferUp, Facebook, and you started at 252.
Yes, I figured why not try and make it free?
Yeah, I'm like, oh shit, let's see if we could break even. You know, it's just even swap. And this is how crazy life is if you have the patience and you're willing to wait. So a week went by and I didn't post it. You posted it all on social media.
Yeah, I went on
And then
social media.
I went on my little
Yeah.
stuff. OfferUp, freaking Facebook, my
Yep.
little Facebook fan page. My fan page for the local stuff. Boom, boom. This lady within an hour, can I come by and take a look at it? I said, sure. She came by. I love it. I love it. Right now we're using water bottles frozen to keep our food cold. I said, yeah, you need something. I'm going to have my husband come here around 1 this afternoon. That's perfect. We got a deal? And I put it out there for $220. Husband shows up at 1. $220 later, I'm like, really? We just got that fridge for $30.
$30. $30.
You know?
Oh, thank you.
And I was like, dude, this is how you do it, you know? If you're patient enough and you just,
Yeah.
relax with it. Now here's the thing. When you priced it at 250,
Yeah.
I priced it at 220, I started looking around what others were doing.
Yeah.
Others were 100, 110,
Mhm.
120, and I'm like, damn, I don't think we're going to sell this for that much.
Yeah.
And then once I realized the value of a reputation, right?
Mhm.
She's on Facebook. I got good reviews and OfferUp, all that stuff. And they came here, and we're normal people. At least I think we are.
Somewhat normal.
Yeah.
I suppose it's in the eye of the
And
beholder.
I helped them move it out the door, and it put freaking.
Yeah. All right, we got quite a few
Yeah.
more questions. Do you still do Facebook swap and shop selling?
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
we just kind of, yeah.
Yeah, we do all that. I
Uh,
mean, I'm always posting something out there.
What's your best find and flip?
Ooh, there's been quite a few. I could tell you about a recent one, and I made a video about it, and I got a Patreon thing for anyone who's interested. I got other videos that are out there, but I sold a really awesome Stevie Ray Vaughan jacket that I picked up at
Oh,
a
that's
thrift
awesome.
shop,
Yeah.
and I really want to make a video about it. But it was a nice flip, and it
Yeah.
went to an amazing home. And let's just throw this out there. The video will come at some point, a fully detailed video on that jacket.
Mhm.
But I was disappointed in the Stevie Ray Vaughan Museum
Yeah.
that they didn't want to partake in it. They pretty much wanted it for free, and I'm like, hell no.
Yeah.
I'll sport that bad boy. Because it wasn't just Stevie Ray Vaughan. It was Joe Cocker on the back of that jacket, too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if I lived in Chicago, maybe, I'd probably be sporting it. But what the hell was I going to do with a coat like that in Arizona?
Right.
So when the offer came through and they were like, guys, like, I need it. I said, it's yours, man.
Yeah. We got a few more
Yeah.
here. Camera Mike thinks for the mic stream, do you guys use Book Scouter?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't use there's great tools out there for
Yeah.
booksellers, FBA. I don't use it. I think they have the finer details of what you're looking for as a bookseller for Amazon.
Mhm.
There's no doubt about it. There's different. It organizes it better for you to see. Is everybody selling it in very good or
Yeah.
like new? And I can see the advantage for that, but
Just
we've
not
never
for you,
used it.
yeah.
I mean, we've sold a lot of books on FBA.
Yeah.
I mean, a
We've never
boat
used
ton,
it,
but I've never
so.
used it because I was just always like, okay, here it is, the book.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I've downgraded conditions of books
Yeah.
Just
to
the-
be sure.
just to be sure. Because here's the reason why. You can go back on my YouTube channel 6 years ago, 5 years ago, and see videos of me holding up stupid paperbacks, going, guys, look what I sold this for, merchant fulfilled, $14.
Exactly.
And that was the heyday, I think, of Amazon FBA books. I'm not saying you can't do it right now. I just think that it's difficult to do it. But at the same point in time, maybe I shot myself in the foot from not looking at books and going, well, this is a like new condition. Now I understand all that mumbo jumbo of what all the
Yeah,
conditions are.
no, it's
I just always undersold my book because
I'd rather have the customer be happy than
Yeah.
disappointed.
Yeah.
Super chat from
Ooh.
Overlocker73.
Thanks, man.
$5. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mike, to get ready for retirement, go to search Google J.L. Collins NH, Simple Path to Wealth. Fantastic read.
Oh yeah,
And fantastic
definitely.
website. So thank you.
I'll definitely check that out. Appreciate it.
Got a question?
I like that's the
sorry.
stuff that I like, you know, because
Yeah.
I read that stuff. I read a lot of
We have so many of those books.
so many
types
of those books,
books.
and,
Yeah.
and some of those are scams, and some of them are just straight up good people. Like I mean, Dave Ramsey, I think is
He's pretty good too.
a great guy.
Bridget Earl, I got a question for you. I'm a wholesaler flea market business. The place I rent without business for being ranted by cops. Do they have a right to keep your items? Bridget, am I understanding that the place got raided? Is that, I know sometimes that autocorrect thing
I
is
think
dumb,
if they got
so
raided, and your stuff's in their possession,
I think you should be able to get it back if you can prove somehow that you have a contract with them and that
there could be
sort of
so many
thing.
legalities with this stuff.
I don't know.
But I could throw this out there. If it has anything to do with counterfeit stuff, it's going to be a
Then
long
it's
haul
gonna
to
be,
get
yeah.
anything out of there. If it's due to the fault of somebody mismanaging a flea market or
I don't know.
a consignment
Yeah.
store, they could.
As long as your stuff isn't counterfeit, I would think.
Yeah,
you'd be able to
I
get
think
it
if
back.
you went and found the right individuals that were there running it or were in
Yeah.
control of it,
Yeah.
and said, "Here's my contract. This is my stuff."
Yeah.
It's like a bank. If the bank repossesses the flea market or like a consignment store, you can actually walk in there with that paperwork, and they have to talk to you.
Yeah.
If they don't, then you get an attorney.
Yeah, I would.
But that's the first thing they're gonna do. They're gonna actually, you find the banker, find whoever's dealing with this, and they will walk you in there and say, "Man, grab your stuff," because they don't want to deal with it because you're losing money on an opportunity, right?
Yeah.
They're holding your stuff,
that's
and you can
not-
sue them.
I think you should be able to get it back.
Yeah.
Mike, sell your sweet sweatshirt. Finally, somebody else loved that
Dude,
sweatshirt.
this thing's freaking.
That is like the ugly.
I have never
sweatshirt.
found anything like this before in my entire life. It's made by Black Mountain. It's the coolest darn thing. I mean, is it not? I bought this when I first came to Arizona. I'm like, dude, I'm all about all this. When I go pump gas wearing this thing in the morning, you should see people looking at me like, dude, what is with this guy?
Yeah.
I got my bright freaking yellow.
I
shoes
know
on.
you got it going on.
But this is freaking flavor, man.
Mike, can you sell hats with your slogan on it? We have been looking at merchandise.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of one of those weird
I
things.
don't know. I mean, if there was interest in it,
Yeah, we haven't done an eBay sold video in a while. We've just
Yeah.
been kind of focusing.
I've got
Things
some
have been
stuff.
selling, but he's kind of behind the scenes. Krillin, super chat. Mike, you need to give out some wrenches. Troll alert. I
Uh-oh.
don't know what wrenches.
We got to make some people some admins. So can you click on somebody? Make Krillin an admin.
I don't
Ask Krillin if he wants to be an admin.
How do I don't know
I think
how.
you click on his name and then you select admin maybe.
Can I do that though,
Yeah,
or
see,
do you have to do
Where's
that?
my phone at? Here, you probably do it with my phone. Here, figure this out. Click on a name. I mean, Chad's good people. Whoever's you see that are good people. Adam, I think you just click their name and.
Do you feel as
Make
though
them
the
admin.
competition on Amazon has increased dramatically? I saw video games and all these Goodwills are bringing the values down.
Yeah, I think the Goodwills are. I mean.
So what do? I go into the video. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go back to
I'm
that
sorry,
live feed.
guys. Okay. Go
And
here.
then click on a name. I mean, see if Krillin wants to be an admin. I don't know.
Krillin, do you want to be an admin? I don't. Yes,
if you want to
it's
be
your
an
treasure. He says he'll be an admin.
Oh, here. While you're figuring that out.
I'm sorry, guys.
Wait, while she's figuring that out, okay, back to the original question. I forgot to ask it about the Goodwill competition. If you look on Amazon right now, and even eBay, I mean, Goodwill is, dude, all over the freaking country. And this isn't anything new. They're freaking selling like beasts all over Amazon. So, yeah, that kind of does screw things up because some of these Goodwills, they're just happy to make 40 cents. You know, but they're also not describing things correctly. Like, if you look
guys,
at some of these listings.
I put a few moderators
Oh,
on
sweet,
there now.
yeah.
So okay.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Guys, for
I
you guys are
didn't know
moderators.
how to do it. I'm sorry.
But some of these Goodwills, they're just not even. They have brief descriptions in the titles, and they're where it should say disc only or complete, and it's just a price. Like they don't even say it. So and you can look at they're getting hammered online. Some of them, and some of the Goodwill stores have cleaned it up and they go into great detail Like I've seen with stuff with DVDs where it's like the Blu-ray DVD 4K combo with the HD download. And the good will actually say we can't guarantee the HD download, whatever code it is,
Yeah.
it will work. Which that's the right way to say it.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
but
your treasure. I made you an admin. Adam, I made you. Krillin,
yeah,
I made you a moderator. I know you just said you were going to bed. So.
we need some moderators. I mean, see some other people that have been around. Add them, just add them. Boom, boom. Gotta get rid of some of these craziness.
Brad says, "Hi guys, Mike. I love the videos. Very motivational. Kim, my wife and I laughed so hard at you hiding from the student at the flea market. She's in education as well and could truly relate. I am not even kidding you.
She was whispering to me. Remember that? She's like, "Come here." I said, "What's the matter with you?
That
Come here." I thought there was like a stalker or something at the flea market.
No, I swear to God, you guys, this kid gave me so much grief last year. Well, that whole class last year almost made me quit teaching altogether. But that particular kid, when I saw him, I felt the blood rush to my head. Like my heartbeat started going up. I started shaking.
I thought you saw Charles Manson or
I
something.
seriously went white.
Yeah.
I was like, get me out of here. Then they started walking towards our booth. Do you know what I did after? He wasn't even filming this. I ran behind the van and dolphin dived into the minivan.
Like Call of Duty.
And I did. I was like, Mom! Anthony's like, Mom, what the hell's the matter with you?
I thought something was breaking out.
I'm like, can you see me in here? Can you see me in here? I'm like, I don't want to see that kid. I don't want to see that kid.
It's craziness.
It was terrible. It was so terrible. I'm not even kidding you. It was wrong. Like, I shouldn't have to hide from a child, but I seriously, like, that was one of the kids.
I thought something was wrong.
That kid brought a shank last year, and he didn't get expelled.
I'm going to cut you, Miss Franco. I'm getting tired of your ass.
It wasn't me. It was somebody else.
I'm getting real tired of your white ass, Miss Franco.
It was terrible. It was terrible, that kid.
I'm getting real tired of her. I'm about to shank her.
That was the class. That was the class. One of the boys.
We live in strange times.
Picked up a chair and threw it at me because I told him to stop stabbing somebody with a pencil.
And then you call the parents, and the parents say, "He wouldn't do that. He's a good little boy.
No, he's a good boy.
He likes Pokemon."
Oh my gosh! Yes, we are from Illinois originally. Oh my gosh, that class.
Illinois. I don't like when people say Illinois. It's always been a pet peeve.
Yeah, it drives
Illinois.
me nuts.
And I think it's everybody who's never been in Illinois says Illinois.
Global Voodoo, I specialize in Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon. Ooh. Considering there are Magic cards worth thousands of dollars, do you have them appraised or just sell them as bulk? Tom Leach, perhaps you are the person that we need to talk to.
Yeah, I mean, I would be real. I would be.
Them.
Yes, I would be really interested, Tom, to learn more about your niche. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Magic the Gathering, Pokemon,
all the time.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I see the complete listings on these. It's like baseball cards to me. That's what it reminds me of. And I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna flat out say it. I mean, I can see the hologram stuff, and I know all of the basics, but I just don't know if I'm comfortable selling a card like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I would be really upset if I sold somebody the wrong card. Like, dude, you screwed me out of this $800 card.
Yeah.
And I think that alone, Tom. And again, maybe this might be something that's maybe not for YouTube, but I think that would be an excellent video for somebody to come in and truly explain that. Because we all come across this stuff. Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering. And if we had somebody like Tom come in and just, a little webinar, it's free.
Yeah.
Hey, this is what it's like,
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That would be freaking incredible. Because, no joke, you'll see it tomorrow's video. I brought some Yu-Gi-Oh cards because we got them in a storage unit. And I slapped them on the table, and I'm thinking, man, somebody's going to come by, they're going to say, how much? I'm going to say, $5. Right? And then I started looking at the cards, and I started remembering when I was sorting them, like, damn, I didn't even really truly go through these cards. There might be a $500 card in here. So what did I do? Like a bandit. I just grabbed off the table and put it back in the van. So.
Where are we from in Illinois? We moved here from Cary, but I'm from more South Central Illinois.
South Central LA.
South Central,
Yeah.
representing in the
Yeah.
house.
Should be taken in.
Um,
You're a farm girl.
I am a farm girl. It's farm country.
Your family built the town.
Um, it actually I do work in a really great school district. I have to say. I mean,
Yeah.
teachers in general.
Let's
somebody
just get
says,
let's just get this out of the way because
school
there was
district.
issues. I mean, I want to continue doing live shows here.
Yeah.
And I want to be cordial to everybody.
Yeah.
And answer questions and engage with you guys, right? But you know, if something's gonna come across, because this happened before when we went live last year,
Yeah.
where somebody took something out of context and tried to attack you
Yeah.
with the school.
No, I do.
I mean-
I do work. I'm just saying. I do really like my school district. I really do. In comparison to some other districts and people that I know, teachers that I know in other districts, my district is great. Every place has their challenges. I don't. It's not the district. It's the parents. Really, parents.
Oh, yeah, well, I think we should just
parenting.
stop with this because somebody's
I'll
going to use
stop,
this
that's fine.
to
But,
our disadvantage.
I'm sure. Are you gonna hand down your business to Anthony and or Maddie?
I would love to. Well,
Do they have the reseller gene? Somewhat.
yeah.
Not Anthony might. I don't know. He's more artistic, so he might. I can see him doing more.
Did you see how he made those Harry Potter wands?
I know it's amazing.
I gotta put that in a video. And I told him, I said, dude, you could sell these online for freaking 15.
Anthony is very artistic. Maddie is much more business driven. She definitely sees the value of reselling as far as extra money, but she's got it in her head that she's gonna be, I don't know, queen of the world. So she's a
tough.
pretty driven kid.
Yeah.
I need to call a friend with the Pokemon cards. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Can I phone a friend?
I need to phone a friend. I need something with those
Tom
Pokemon.
says he'd be happy to help with
let's
that.
talk, man. I mean, seriously. I mean, maybe you just give me a lesson on it, or maybe if you want to help out with YouTube, you know, I just find that information to be very valuable. I mean, maybe it's not the right place to be on YouTube. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why no one talks about it, but.
Mike, why don't you hit some estate sales in Scottsdale? We are actually, part of our game plan is starting to, we're thinking a little bit. Maddie's looking at going to school, possibly at NAU and Flagstaff. So we need to do some college visits up that way. So we'll probably hit up some stuff that way while we're up there staying as well.
Yeah, what we're trying to do is in the summer months, take a break and get away from the heat.
Yeah.
And
so
head up
that'd
north
be
a little bit.
Great thing.
Flagstaff and maybe some other places. You know, things got to work out in the right thing, you know. I'm not going to go out and buy a brand new $80,000 RV to do it, you know.
Yeah, one more dumpster we did talk about already, the book scatter that you asked about. So maybe if you pop back and rewind. I'm just trying to get through all the comments.
Yeah.
We have been on here for a while. Hi, Mike. I'm from Mesa. You should try selling at the Glendale Flea. There
Totally.
are some great buyers there. I've had $1,000 days. No joke.
I'd love to go up there. I think we will at some point. Our biggest problem right now is the transportation of it, of moving the stuff. The hut might look a little on YouTube, but there's a lot of stuff there.
Yeah.
And it will not fit in the van for me to go. But it doesn't rule the fact out that I just go, hey, wait a minute. It's Saturday. I've heard so much good things about that flea market. Let me just take, some really nice things over there, not junk.
Yeah.
And let's just see what happens.
Awesome. Is that a hot tub? Yes, it is. This is our hot tub.
Another bargain buy I got.
Yeah, this was.
They wanted $1,800 for it, and I got it for $350.
So that was great. I think if I missed somebody's question, if you can just pop it back through, I'm sorry. If I missed something. I know people were like, will you answer some questions? So I'm trying to, here we go. Would you ever consider a seasonal partnership? I'd love to get out of Washington during the winters and buy flip storage units in the sunshine like you do. It looks so fun.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, absolutely.
I talked to a gentleman today, who he was interested in that as well. And I think it's doable, It's definitely doable.
It is doable. Something like that might also afford us the opportunity to, because mostly it's only Mike, cleaning out these units. Maybe he'll have Anthony's help. Maybe we'll have Hunter, Maddie's boyfriend's help, or somebody else from time to time, a worker from time to time help. But you can only do so much. If you buy 3-4 10 by 30
I'll be
units.
buried.
Well, I mean,
I
what
won't
are we
get
going to
the,
do? How are
yeah.
you going to do it? You can't get it out in 48
So,
hours.
the bigger project of it all is to find actually a building that's affordable that I can actually purchase, and then I can mess around with that stuff where, we have an operation going. We have a box truck, we bring stuff in. We've got
Right.
sorters. We have the whole 9 yards. It's the perfect dream of reselling, right?
Right.
Bring stuff in, but not only that, opening up a whole nother world for all of us that are on YouTube.
Hmm.
Uh, Pretty much a whole other platform. That would be my goal, if you ask me.
That's awesome. Mike, a container out there for the flea market, an ocean container.
Yeah, I would love
Yeah.
to. If I had the means to move it, I would.
Yeah. Okay, I've got a couple other things
I would love to have a
here.
container like that just moved back and forth. Because then I can, if I had a transportation to move that,
Right, right.
I mean, you just drop a 20-foot freaking container down, unload it
What's been the worst day at the flea today?
today. And you know what? It was a lot worse on camera. I think you guys might see tomorrow, but overall, it still wasn't that bad. We've had piss poor days in Rosemont at the Wolf Flea
Yeah,
Market in
yeah.
Illinois, literally making $10. So those were the worst times we've ever had at flea market.
Do you seem to have a lot of competition there since there are not a lot of places to sell out by us? I don't feel like
There's nobody competing with
we
me.
do because there are others that have a wide variety of stuff,
Yeah.
but I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the presentation of the stuff and that kind of I don't know if it's just the way that like it's presented. I don't know.
Look
I
at
don't
this. See, what's great is if you go watch Steve, he's got his presentation, his approach. His approach
right.
is
Everybody's got their own
different,
approach.
right? And different
So,
items people
yeah.
are buying. But I can tell you right now, besides one other guy at that flea market, we're the busiest booth.
Yeah.
And maybe because we're known for selling things cheap,
Maybe,
cheap.
I don't
and
know.
They want to flatten our tires, but
Justin says he can't wait to meet us next week.
Yeah,
Justin, I
come
was
by.
just asking Mike tonight. I said, "Is this the weekend that Justin comes out, or is
Come
it
by.
next week?" Because if it's this coming Monday through Friday, I still have school. But if it's the next week you're coming out, then I'm on spring break, so we can go grab a couple burgers and beers at Duffer's, do
Yeah.
some karaoke, hang out. That'd be
yeah,
awesome.
I'll be honest. I mean, it is the coolest thing in the world selling at the flea market, and all the people that have come by and talked. And some people are like, "I'm like, dude, you want to be on camera?" No, no. I'm like, oh. It's amazing to me. Somebody that resells that kind of has an impact to some extent on
Mhm.
YouTube with a following, and that people actually watch and love it, and
Yeah.
they've learned from it. They made money from it.
And that's the whole point. See, you're an educator too.
Yeah, and
You're
it's
just
like,
like me. You're a teacher too, just in a different way.
it kind of tears me up at night sometimes. Going, man, I think I'm trying to help as many people as I can, but the same token, it's like I don't really realize the greater extent of the reach.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's weird, but
How often do you find a unit, or I'm sorry, how often do you buy a unit, find nothing but trash, and say it's cool, keep the deposit, and walk away rather than throw away 2 tons of garbage for the storage company?
okay.
Never.
Let me throw this out there. That'll get you in big trouble really really fast.
You won't be allowed to sell again or buy again.
Yeah, you start doing now. Don't get me wrong. Back in the day in Illinois, when there wasn't storagetreasures.com, there wasn't how it is now. I would stick these facilities with units. I'll talk the story about the ball bearing machine, right?
Mm-hmm.
I hit the mother load with mid-century modern furniture and scored. I didn't even get halfway through the unit, and I was making so much money, and I had to get it out. They gave me a week, and it was the middle of winter. It was freaking like 10 degrees out. And at the time, I didn't even know what mid-century modern furniture was. The only way we learned about it is because I took a picture of it and threw it on, I don't know where I threw it, Craigslist or something when it first started. And a dealer came from Chicago to buy this thing. We sold for $60, this whole set. It was amazing, the set. I didn't know what it was. Anyway, we couldn't get it all out in a week. So I just stuck it with him. I'm like, here you go. Right? And back then it was no big deal. There wasn't records on people. Now, if you do that, it's iffy. I'm gonna say don't ever do that.
Yeah.
Okay, because one, you don't want to get kicked off of storagetreasures.com if this is something you see yourself continually doing. Two, you don't want to give yourself a bad reputation. Three, that facility could ban you, okay? And you might look at it sometimes and go, dude, it's better if I just let them keep the $100 and just walk away from it. Trust me, there's been many times I've thought about it.
Yeah.
But I look at the bigger picture and say, okay, the right thing to do is just move this shit. And in the same token,
Yeah.
there are facilities that would really like you to do that, right?
Yeah.
Leave the stuff, they get the $100, and they can reflip that back on storage treasures next week.
Yeah.
So overall, my advice to you guys: don't do it.
Don't do it.
Okay, if you're gonna be, you want to be around for a while.
Call it a loss and whatever.
Yeah, call it a loss. Take it all. Get a U-Haul. Do something.
What about a horse box or something like that as storage for the flea market?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting
No.
thought. Did we ever do the St. Charles flea market? Was that the overnight one? The one that was. Remember that one that was like overnight?
That one was in.
Was that St. Charles?
It was
Geneva?
It was right over there.
I feel like that's where.
We did the St. Charles outdoor one.
Yeah.
At King County Fairgrounds, maybe is that what it is?
We did the King County Fairgrounds,
I
yeah.
think that's the St. Charles one. But there was another one. It was in Naperville. It was around Halloween. They had that overnight flea market, which
That
was
was cool.
spectacular.
That was
really
cool.
spectacular.
I like how Kim stages everything. Well, thank you. I try. I think at least for the women it helps.
Yeah.
Having it staged like that. I mean, that vanity, it didn't sell the first day, but the second day, that girl just ate it up.
And
they were eating the stuff up.
and I'm not trying to sound this way. When I say we're selling junk, guys,
It's just amazing.
It's another person's junk, right?
We have nothing in this. I mean, pennies on the dollar.
Yeah.
So.
But some of this stuff, is. I think most resellers wouldn't even present that at a flea market.
Yeah.
And I think that's where our experience comes in, where we've sold the flea markets, that you never know what people want. I mean, I remember in Illinois, we'd have Yadros up.
Yeah, and they wouldn't touch it.
For weeks, and nobody'd even look at a Yadro.
No.
They didn't know what it was. If somebody said, dude, $5, I would have sold it to them.
Yeah, I know.
Just out of pure, like, hey,
At least someone knows what it is. But, Mike, do you have any customers down here in Australia? Actually, we have sold quite a bit down in Australia.
Yeah. Australia, I mean, there's a lot of you guys that watch from Australia. And,
Yeah.
There's Rod, I can't think of his channel off the top of my head, Rod Strickland.
That was the guy we watched that was in
Yeah.
the car.
Yeah,
That was
I
awesome.
love
I
that
like
guy.
that guy.
I love him, man. He's in. If you go to Resellers Roundtable Facebook group, he's in there. He just posted. Matter of fact, I'll shout him out or something in the video. But it's a whole, bear.
Bear. The sirens are going. He's
Yeah.
going nuts.
Yeah. But his whole approach to everything is just cool, man. People in Australia, I think they get cool accents,
He's
and
a
they're
trip.
just, to me, they're just cool, man.
Yeah,
they're
he's just kind of
nonchalant.
Yeah, he is pretty cool.
I would love to do this. By the way, I would love to go to Australia.
That has always been a place I've wanted to go to.
And just go there and pick with some of these guys.
Why does it have to be so expensive though to go there? I mean, the flight
Oh, the
alone
flight,
is
yeah.
really, and I don't know what you'd do
What?
on the flight there.
I'd be smoking cigarettes in the bathroom. That's what I'd be doing.
You'd have like 37 nicotine patches on.
No, I
You'd
ain't,
go
playing, I ain't playing that
nuts.
game. I mean, that's what I used to do when I fly to China.
So there goes that.
It's called this. You take a puff and you hit the freaking flush. Somebody smoking in there? I don't know what you're talking about, man. I'm a patch, bro.
Where do we live? Well, in Illinois, we lived in Cary, Illinois, which is up north by like Barrington, Crystal Lake, Schaumburg.
Area.
We actually we lived in Cary. Pete's shop is in Crystal Lake.
Yeah,
That's
it's
how
right on the road.
we knew Pete before anything. Hi, Kim.
Yeah, I used to go to Pete's shop and be like, Pete, want to buy this stuff from me? Let me. And it was, Pete's cool. Let me check. Just like the videos.
I know.
He'd have the laptop there. Be like, let me see. Oh shit, that's.
And then
that's
Mike,
like
and then Mike would go in there and be like, "Dude, I already looked it up on eBay. Here's
I'm
what
like,
it
I
is."
can tell you what
like,
it is, Pete. And he'd just look it up and be like this. Give me 60 for it. All right, Pete. I said, but remember me, man. And I remember telling him, like, dude, get me some videos. That's why I was so happy years ago when we did a live show and Pete came to the scene. I'm like, dude, this guy is going to crush it on YouTube.
Oh, Greg, this guy graduated from Barrington High, so cool. What's this Candlelight movie all about?
Yeah,
well, because we wanted to be outside. It's gorgeous outside,
yeah, it's
you
a
guys.
live celebration.
And so here's the thing: like when we get this time of year, up until about July, we enjoy being outside. But then after July, from July to about September, forget it.
Well, you come out here, it's 110, and you're like, oh man, dude, I don't want to be outside. I don't want.
Yeah, I really would. I'd love to go to Australia. You know
You're
why? I
right.
mean, I swear, like, first of all, okay, I'm gonna be stereotypical, so all of our Aussie friends are gonna probably, like,
Oh,
I'm not trying to, like, be mean in any way, shape, or form.
you don't want to do a shrimp in the Barbie, do you?
No, but I really want to hold a koala bear.
Oh God, how cool would that be?
I hear they're really mean animals,
I,
but I really want to
I
hold
know, but
one.
is it wrong for me that I just want to be in the pouch for the kangaroo? I mean, just like fit in like a crazy Jim Carrey movie back in the day, right? Be in the pouch.
Like, seriously, I wanna snuggle a koala
I
bear.
would love to have one. I always wanted the monkey.
I know you've always wanted a
I mean,
monkey.
seriously,
You
like just
are a monkey.
well, yeah, obviously. Yeah. But I mean, I would love to. That would be awesome.
Like, seriously.
Koala bear. What?
Like,
How do you talk to a koala bear?
hello, koala bear.
No,
Hello.
there's gotta be another
No, you're
way.
like, hello, nice
No,
little
there's gotta be
koala bear.
something.
Aren't you so cute? Look at your little nosy. And then it probably would, like, bite my face off or something.
What's the Australian beer? Beer, Australian for beer. Foster's.
But beer Australian for beer, that's also American.
I know, but like the commercial Foster's. Like I felt like
Yeah,
if
I
I
know.
was to see a koala bear in Australia, and I was like Foster's, and they would repeat for beer, Australian for beer. Like he would know that. What?
Oh, so anyway, if I went to Australia, I really would. I'd want to hold a koala bear.
All right, give me a second. All right, I'll
Um,
give it to you in a minute. I'm getting off anyway. Give me a
so
second.
let's see. I
All
know
right.
I heard they're mean.
He wants a
Um,
charger.
Are you making efforts to grow your YouTube channel with new and interesting content, or is your focus on Patreon these days?
Patreon to me is it's something that I think is interesting. You see, I don't know what is burning over there, but do you think you can not
Yeah.
start a fire in the hot tub?
No.
Um, yeah, honestly, I think Patreon is interesting. He wants a charger, so let me
What does he
unplug
want?
this. He wants all this connection stuff.
Where did he
I don't
go?
know.
Oh.
All right, so the Patreon thing, I think for me it was it's more of just like, hey, if I throw something out there and there was interest in what I was offering on Patreon, I would like for people to participate. I would like for people to join. I mean, I think I had it at like $5 right now, and you can watch more videos from it. Um, I'm on a trial basis with a lot of this stuff. Like, I've sold programs and things that I think are of value, and I've got my website picked for profit. I had paid Facebook groups, something like that. I just don't. I've done it for so long, right? That I wanted to kind of step away from anybody paying me any money unless they were really serious. Where I could be more one-on-one with them.
Yeah.
That's really what I'm interested in.
Hey, by the way, they don't drink Foster's.
Okay.
No, we don't. I mean, that must be
No!
like
Yeah.
Natty Ice or
Yeah.
something for them.
But the Patreon thing, I mean, I do really appreciate everybody that's joined that and has been a part of that, and I'm not really stopping anything with Patreon. The same thing with Pay for Profit. I've been getting a lot of messages lately. Hey, I want to join, and it's like, I'm not taking any members. I just don't want to be labeled somebody who is like an internet marketer. Does that make sense? I don't want to. I don't want to be labeled as somebody who's selling information that is just in it for the quick buck, because that's not what I'm. That's not what we're about. Like, I mean, I originally put all this out there, with especially Pick for Profit. Let me just explain this real quick, because there was a void in the reselling business. There wasn't anywhere where you can go and learn specifically what to buy and how to do this and how to do that. There was no educational university or anything like that. And I thought a long time ago when I started doing the YouTube that it would be a viable option for people and help people, and it did. It truly did. But moving forward in 2018, You know, and there's a lot of information there.
Yeah.
I put my heart and soul into it.
Yeah. There is.
And
There
for me
is.
to,
It's everything. I mean, I went through one summer and cataloged
yeah.
every single video.
I mean, this isn't just
what it's
40
about.
videos.
No,
guys.
we're
This
talking
isn't.
hundreds.
I got hundreds of videos. I've got. I mean, and I'm not trying to sell you anything.
Horses
I don't want to
and
sell
all
you
that.
anything.
So I mean, it really is your life's work.
It is.
Reselling, like in there.
And I thought about it some months ago, and I said, you know what? Let's just put this on the back burner for the meantime.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and maybe some people might want to join. And this is that. I mean, we could figure something out. But at the same point in time, I don't need the money, right? I want to be this guy that comes on YouTube and just makes videos just to make videos just to have the AdSense, and then to push products to people, and come around like you're making $140,000 in 2 months.
Yeah, I mean.
And then now you're better than everybody else.
All right. Well,
in the same breath, you're talking about you need to join my new clothing mastery program.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's not.
And I'm going to teach you how to sell even though I haven't done it in years.
Let's not go there.
And
Everyone knows your opinion on it.
Yeah, but I've separated myself from all that.
Yeah.
So if one day I decide to go back to it, maybe somebody might look at it and go, hey, this guy's been around for a while. Yeah, he's a little kooky and crazy, but maybe there's something there.
Yeah.
You might learn from it.
No, the kid did not spot me. There was a lot going on with the koala bears. I really want to know, though, if I made it down there, so specifically treasure hunting, if I made it down there someday, would I be able to hold a friggin' koala bear? I mean, really, this is what it's boiling down to. Turn the camera.
I think that if
this
you were
is Kim's
to do...
question of the night. I need to know.
If they don't have an area zoo where you can just hold one, that's our business.
I need to know that I can hold a koala bear.
And would you pay for that?
Yes.
Yeah, because I would too.
I would pay to hold a koala bear.
Like $100? Just $100 for 20 minutes? I'm in.
I'm in.
Yeah.
All day long.
Me too.
I am.
So if that doesn't exist for you guys that are in Australia,
please
contact the Francos.
Market to us Yankees. We would like to hold a koala bear.
We will come. We will get. Probably the next 15 years, when the kids are out of the house, we're going to go to Australia and we're going to start up a put a koala in your pocket.com. Holdingakoala.com. It could be like, dude, it could be huge on Instagram. Everybody comes, tourists come. Hashtag koala hugs.
You can in the zoo. Yes, we have sanctuaries where you can hold one. There's one just up the road from me.
The question is, are there probably mean SOBs? The koalas. They're probably nasty, like raccoons.
Yes, you can hold them and get photos taken.
Okay. But they could be mean like raccoons. Raccoons are kind of cute.
See, can you have one as a pet in Australia? Like, can you go to the pet store and can you buy... I know I'm taking this in a wrong direction, but I'm really like, can I buy one? Like, because I see these Facebook videos that I get on my Facebook, and there's like a koala bear outside, and it's like hot outside, and it's thirsty, and they're like giving water to the little koala bear in their tree. Like, they're sitting at their kitchen door, and the little koala bear's all like, help me. And it's like doing this.
Is it really doing that?
I swear to God, I'll show you now. No, it's help me. It's not really saying help me, but it's got the poor little koala bear face.
Kim, what is this dog? What's the breed of this dog? This new one.
Yorkie.
Okay, Yorkies. Okay. Stereotypically Yorkies. Everybody, they got them in the arms. Poor little Yorkie. Little Yorkie's got sweaters. This dog has more freaking clothing than I do. He's got socks. He got a sweater.
Socks.
Bullshit.
Okay, maybe.
He won't come to the door in the morning because he's freezing. We got to get him a sweater. Manny wanted to take him to freaking In-N-Out Burger. like we live in Beverly Hills.
Kim hugs a bear. That's right. We are on a mission to get Kim to hug a koala bear.
But what I'm trying to say is, okay, we have this little fancy dog or whatever it is, right? That I think is stereotypical that people walk around with it like it's like a koala bear, right?
Oh.
So the people in Australia hold the koala bear like they do with Yorkies out here.
Well, apparently
sweaters, hats, different eye shape. I mean, I've seen some pictures. Dogs are wearing sunglasses.
Oh, I know. No, apparently.
You ever been to PetSmart lately? Petland? You ever go through there?
Yes.
They have shit for. They have underwear for
Okay,
dogs.
watch it. Yeah, I know because the previous owner said they used to put a diaper on her at night, and I said I'm not putting a diaper on a darn dog.
You
But
know what?
no, apparently koala bears are protected, and so you cannot
Take him home.
have them as a pet.
Then we need to start making Mike Tyson money. Because Mike Tyson had a koala bear.
Well, he had a tiger.
So here, I've asked you guys. You guys, somebody mentioned Patreon. We need to get that thing hopping tonight.
We're gonna
next
need to
week.
get that going so Kim can hug a koala
Yeah,
bear.
I gotta
and
change
we'll
that
put it
over.
on YouTube.
Yeah, we gotta change it over. The goal is going to be to get Kim a koala bear. Help us out, please. I mean, this is dire need here, guys. We need to Susan Sarandon or somebody to come by and just preach our story.
Can we get like the ASPCA going on this,
Yeah,
please?
we need somebody that could bring down the house to sell this.
Oh God, that really Kim needs to hug a koala bear.
That's a T-shirt.
Go hug a koala. Anyway, honey, we've been on for like 2 hours. We've been on
All right,
for a really long time.
obviously
It's 1 a.m.
Oh my
for
God.
people.
Oh, it's 11 here. Yeah.
Not for us,
Yeah.
but for other people it is.
Anyway, the live stream seems to be working here, which is great.
Yay!
I can tell Chad tomorrow. Hey, let's go. So Chad,
I know. I'm sorry it was so long and late. We weren't even planning to. We just were.
No.
But it was fun.
Yeah,
We got
I had fun with
people
you
were
guys.
in here and.
Appreciate all the
There we
support.
go.
The people left some super chats. That's cool. I don't know what that is, the super chat stuff yet, but looks like I get some money that comes across, which is cool,
that's
amazing,
cool.
awesome. Again, let me focus on this as really quick. Is that tonight's thing was a test to see if I can live stream and go back to Chad and say, hey Chad, dude, yeah, we can do a live show. So let me and Chad figure that out tomorrow. Maybe we could do something tomorrow, maybe down the road or whatever it may be. But obviously we could do live things, which is cool. Interact with you guys. I know that these videos they're lengthy for a lot of people that are watching it, maybe the replays. So I try not to make the lengthy videos, but tonight was kind of like a celebration. Like we were literally just going, can we go live? And we hit the little button. Because there was many times we were trying. We'd sit out here, and we'd have, a little tripod going, we'd hit the live button, and it would say, due to restrictions, you're no longer allowed to stream. So wanted to throw it out there, see if it worked tonight. Appreciate all of you guys hanging out here and supporting. You're just not supporting me, you're supporting that reselling works, and you're supporting the belief that, that this business works, and believe in it, and work every day, and get bigger and better. And if you're in situations right now where it's not the greatest, I am telling you, if you've watched this whole thing, you can always get out of a situation. You can always get out of it. The worst thing in the world is to fall in that depression, that giving up, that I don't want to work anymore mentality. That there alone will put you in the grave, if that makes sense, right? I mean, trust me, guys. Is there days I don't want to do something? Yeah, man. But I believe, with a nest egg and what we have and what we're trying to accomplish, which is just living a normal life.
That's right.
That I'm gonna put the effort into it. If I can't walk, I'll humble along to the flea market. I mean, I told Kim the other day. I said that was a mistake. I was selling that freaking wheelchair.
I know.
She kept laughing at me, and I said, "Listen, you don't know. You know how it is because you live with me.
I know.
Where I can't walk. My leg hurts. I do have a walker though. I ain't selling that because you know what?
You might need it.
Exactly.
Hashtag let Kim hug a koala.
Yeah. So if you want to support the cause, I'm gonna change the Patreon option. We need to have. How cool would that be one day though? Seriously. We just go to Australia, and there's the moment. Kim and the koala, and then he bites you. And you're like, I hate these things.
See?
I flew all the way over here, and he bit me.
See? I'm having a moment.
And then I'm holding.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And then you're like, and then it bites you.
See here, and it bites you, and I'm holding a Foster's, and he comes to me and he goes, Australian for beer.
And all the Aussies are now going, oh.
All right, guys. Have a good one. Appreciate all of you guys watching, all the support. It'll be great. And we'll have some videos tomorrow. Hopefully a live show, whether it's on my channel here or Chad Pagel, the Golden Finger Picker. Definitely recommend you subscribing to him. And the guys that are on that reseller pull stuff. It's good stuff over there. And be great. So we're going to figure out how to end this thing.
So next time we're out of here.
Next time we're out of here.
Peace. Live show.
Over. Is that how you do it?
I don't
Over?
know.
There we go.
Over.
End. Are you sure you want to
Over.
stop
Is it
streaming?
over?
Yes.
Wait, is it over? I don't know.
Vlog? Video live stream? Over.